Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk animated shows and movies here, especially Miraculous Ladybug and The Owl House. Find everything about us at overlyanimated.com. I'm your host, Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Aly Martin.
Hello.
And April Collins.
Hi there.
We are back to talk The Owl House after a recent exciting announcement. Today, Season 3 will be premiering on October 15th, and we're going to go through all the news that just came out about Season 3 of The Owl House and the first special that will be airing next month. And then we will speculate everything about Season 3. So we're going to get our predictions in for what's going to happen in Season 3. If you haven't heard the news, that's okay. We'll go all through it. And then I think I figured out what's going to happen in the first special, so you can hear my big predictions for the entire first special. More on that coming soon. Okay.
There's a lot of confidence in that.
I'm excited.
Gotta be confident. You gotta. We're bringing the confidence.
I hope some of the theories are unhinged because that will inspire confidence.
I wish it was more unhinged. So I hope you guys have some unhinged theories.
Oh, okay.
I have like one unhinged take. We'll get there.
Let's do it. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Check out our previous Owl House podcasts at overlyanimated.com. Search for Owl House, Overly Animated, anywhere you listen to podcasts. We'll probably reference some of our previous predictions that we've made. But yeah, back here talking about Owl House the first time in a little bit. We did have a top 10 episodes one. That was good. And now getting into this news. So let's go through all the news that just came out. And then we can stop after each one. And if anyone has any comments, we can break it down a little bit. Of note, we are recording this September 17th, Saturday. So anything that comes out after this, we have not heard yet. If you're listening to this in the future and there's a trailer or something, we haven't seen it. So keep that in mind.
You know what? Get mad at us anyway.
I forgot to add something. Go on, but I forgot to add something.
I don't know how that inspired it already, but I don't know what I said that could have inspired something. There's a new, this is at the end, but there's a NYCC panel on October 6th. I'm assuming we're not going to get any sort of trailer clip until then. So I think this will hold up for a while. Okay. So let's go through this news. The big news is The Owl House returns on October 15th with the first 44-minute special entitled Thanks to Them, airing at 9 p.m. Eastern/Pacific. And the other two specials in Season 3 will air in 2023, not this year. So, remember, Season 3 is shortened. It's only 3 44-minute or hour-long, if you want to call it that, hour with commercials. I might call it hour-long specials. So, the first of the three specials is airing on October 15th at 9 p.m. Personally, I'm very excited about this 9 p.m. airing.
Yes. Oh my God.
I'm upset about the date.
Just because you're busy that day? Is that...
Yes. I won't be in town. So I'm like...
Wherever you are, you must find it. You must find it.
I don't know if that's going to work.
We'll be out of town together and suffer accordingly.
Perfect. We can avoid the internet together.
But 9 p.m. is fantastic.
I love that.
Hotel bar, put on the Disney Channel.
Oh my God.
No.
I'm going to have them do it. I'm going to have them hand me the remote, blast the speakers.
You got to do it. Yeah. But so, I mean, I hate that the Owl House airs at like midnight and they put it up online first.
It's not fair to the East Coast, man.
I hate it so much. So, this is so much better. I'm assuming 9 means they're not actually putting it on Disney Now before the airing, right? I didn't actually say that, but I'm assuming that they're not.
We never know with Disney.
That's a bold assumption, right?
That's what they did this for the last two Amphibia weeks, and they didn't put it online early. So I assume that that's the formula here.
It's ideal.
Times have changed.
I guess so. Yeah, it's a good point. There's also promo arts, Aly, that we can talk about.
I forgot about that. We'll get there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're getting the first special in October, and then which is only like for whatever a few months after the season 2 aired, but it feels like a long time, honestly. But I'm glad it's not next year, but we are getting them spaced out, right? Because the next special isn't until January at the earliest.
Yes.
I'm very happy about that. And I have a lot of thoughts because, you said that it feels like a long time. And I'm so happy the show's coming back. I love it, obviously. But I'm mad it's coming back so soon after season 2 ended. And it's giving book 3 to book 4 Korra PTSD when the situation here is already so much worse with, the airing and blah, blah. So the 3 months at least feels good, and I hope they spread out the other specials like 3 months apart, because season 3, 3 months, just do it. It makes sense.
Yeah, it'll be nice to have Owl House around longer, especially because it's ending. That being said, personally, I guess I wish it was more like 2 months in between each one or something. I feel like I'm not going to be able to sustain the excitement for like a long
makes
time.
sense.
But
it's just because it's only 3 episodes.
I was gonna say, I also honestly don't I'm not expecting there to be a long wait between like the second and the third one. Like, it would not surprise me if they both came out within like a month of each other.
We'll see. It's possible.
No.
Yeah, it's I basically until this announcement, like I feel like I wasn't in. It's not like during our like Avatar core heyday where I was like always excited about Avatar, like even in the off season. Like I feel like it's like I care about other shows when Owl House isn't airing. It's not like I'm like super always looking at Owl House stuff. So
what shows are you watching?
we watch other shows. I mean, we only not Ladybug, that's for sure. Unfortunately.
Is it over?
No, they just won't air the next season.
And they keep teasing us. It's so painful.
Yeah, if you thought Owl House is annoying in terms of how long it took for season 2 to air. Yeah, Rick and Morty. There's good stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's just hopefully there's a lot of stuff to talk about after the first one, but at the very least it'll be a lot longer.
I'm just glad they're waiting to do one, and then hopefully the second one will air in January or something, because 3 months feels about right.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's going to be, I mean, we might not be like as hype as something like we're more excited about because it's just one episode and like it's a lot of waiting time, but I feel like they're going to do a lot in the 45 minutes they're allotted, because it's like there's so much to cover in not a lot of time, but they could just cram a lot at once.
They also do very well at putting a lot of information or having a lot go on in a short amount of time, which is, I mean, it's comforting, but...
Yeah.
I will say this. The announcement was, I feel like, very good. I am very excited, even though it's just one episode for this first special. Yeah. So we'll talk about that more later. But I
also thought the announcement was fake.
Why did you think it was fake?
Because
we're not allowed good things.
Yeah. Well, because the internet, like, people love to just like do their own fan art, and there's like some really good artists out there, and they're like Owl House coming soon or something like that.
Yeah, it's true. It's like a drawing, not a screenshot.
Someone
from the show.
Did also, I saw like a few hours ago, they did fan art of like a lineup of the kids to like in their new outfits, and they were like, oh look, official art, and it was very clearly fan art.
Yeah,
but the internet just likes to spread misinformation. It's very interesting.
That's why we're giving you the accurate information right here. I mean, that was most of it, but we have some other stuff. Okay, next there's a poster. We're going to talk more about this poster that came with the announcement.
Yeah,
so make sure you check out the poster. I think it's excellent.
Pull it up right now.
Yes.
Go to Twitter.com.
We'll break it down, but there's this poster.
We'll describe it in great detail.
Okay. I look forward to it. There's a summary attached with the announcement. There's, I think, 2 versions of it. Here's this version of the summary. The first 44-minute special, titled Thanks to Them, will pick up right where the Owl House Season 2 finale left off, with Luz and her friends stuck in the human realm and willing to do whatever it takes to return to the demon realm to save the Boiling Isles from Emperor Belos and the Collector. Okay, so first pass, it's like that's a generic description. But
also, Emperor Belos is dead.
There's some key information here.
Well,
first of all, how about the call out to Belos and the Collector? It's not just the Collector. Belos and the Collector.
Yeah.
I thought he was dead.
No, he's Goop.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, that's like being dead almost.
But he like willingly or like consciously attached himself to Hunter.
If one turns into Goop, are you actually dying? Is this a good question?
Oh, no.
Does Goop have consciousness? We must look at That One Time I Was a Slime. The incredible
yes. Let me pull up my references.
I have literally 0. But I mean, he's alive, unfortunately. Like when they say that, that they'll do whatever it takes to return to the demon realm to save the Boiling Isles. I feel like they first also have to save Earth from the Emperor Belos, because he is on Earth with Hunter.
Yes.
Like there's a lot to unpack there alone, honestly. And he's in the back of the poster.
Yeah, I thought April might not have realized that, so I was gonna save that.
Sorry. No. I'm so sorry. I thought it was
April. Take a look at the poster. Do you see Belos?
Hold on.
Well, scroll down. See.
Where is he?
Where's
Is it
Waldo?
the skeleton-looking thing?
Yeah, in the background in the top left.
I just thought it was like the.
I thought it was the moon.
Yeah, it's not. So if you look at the poster,
I thought it was like the skeleton of the Titan that like the Boiling Isles is on.
Yeah. Oh, what if
I mean, it's Earth, so probably not. But
it could be.
But also, it could be. I mean, because we know that like King is a Titan and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, no,
so.
the thing it's if you look at the chin, it's drooping down. Though I think it's clearly goop.
You want to know? I'll make you feel better. I thought this tree would like potentially be the Grom tree, like on Earth.
What if when the Grom tree bloomed on the Boiling Isles, an equivalent tree bloomed on Earth? Yeah, in parallel worlds. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
And that would be the portal where Luz and Amity will see each other.
Yeah, and then they... Wow,
Yes.
Yeah, that would be good. Okay, but anyway, Belos is in the background of the poster. Probably it's Belos. I guess it's not definitive.
Still think it's the Titans.
Look at the goopiness. You see the between
what
the
if
teeth
Belos
and the chin
becomes
going
the
down.
Titan?
You can put goop on skeletons.
You can put goop on... What Halloween activities are you participating
I'm
in?
going to go buy a skeleton and put goop on it.
I mean, you could do that.
That's amazing. You should make a Belos skeleton and put it outside of your house for children to...
Oh, yeah. If he's a skeleton in the special, yeah. Anyway, so he's very big, though. I mean, that's a key part. So he's not just goop. He's a face and he's big. Okay. Well, more on that later.
He's really big.
So Belos is called out in the summary specifically, but here's the other key part. We haven't talked about the title yet, so I'll come back to that in a second. But the first special will pick up right where the Owl House season 2 finale left off. Right where it left off.
Okay, but I have a problem with that.
What's your problem? Yeah, what's the problem from the poster?
I don't know if you noticed, but everyone has different hair, aka it's longer. And that is always the easiest way in any kind of show, whether it's animated or not, and even in movies, to show a passage of time.
Oh, it's a good analysis.
So,
and I will say,
I was going to say, and most of the time it's done intentionally, like, and the only I guess phrase, or not phrase, but example I have where that doesn't apply is in the Harry Potter movies. In the 5th movie, everyone gets a haircut.
Oh yeah, they needed it.
Yeah, they needed it after the 4th one, but
that's my problem with this summary versus the poster too, but they could do a thing where they literally actually pick up right where they left off, and in the first 5 minutes do a montage of everything happening, where a kind of amphibia thing where Anne was doing research on how to get back to another world dimension. We have Luz doing the same thing and everybody else helping, because also Camilla, you can see, has a gray strip in her hair, so that also could be a passage of time, but she is also a single mom of 6, so that's definitely comes with stress.
Now
I feel like it could be one of two things, and I hope that, I mean, they have to show the passage of time if they're really picking up legit when they're outside the door when it's raining.
Yeah. Well, and that was again my biggest thing. If they we pick up exactly where it's left off and then they show the passage of time, then it almost feels kind of silly that they would put out a poster with
it kind of does, yeah.
With the actual different character designs. So that's just me probably overanalyzing it, but
yeah, so to me, the poster and the clearest one is Amity has longer hair, so you would think it's at least
Luz's hair is longer too.
Luz's hair is also
Hunter
longer.
Lost his little strip of
Yeah,
hair.
I mean, he could have just gotten a haircut the next day, but the longer hair shows that probably unless there's magic involved or something, it's got to be a little bit later. So
look, as a girl who is currently trying to grow her hair out, I've been at this for months.
Okay, well, we'll get to your analysis of how much time has passed from the hair. Let's go back to that.
Okay.
But so I would say the poster means that probably the majority of the special will be spent with their hair looking like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have not even getting to that. So it'll probably be at that point. But the summary implies that at the beginning of the special, we'll start right after. And then I agree with Aly. Then probably we'll fast forward at some point.
So I have a question that hopefully one of you might be able to answer. I know fans have done the math of how long Luz was in the Boiling Isles from when summer started or whatever. But supposedly when they come back at the end of season 2, is that the end of summer or the beginning of fall?
Oh.
Or it has to be somewhere in the middle, right?
Well,
this poster is very much autumn.
Well, okay. So Well, I guess it just depends on how much time she's spent in the Boiling Isles and if time moves at the same pace in both
I think
places.
it was confirmed that it does.
It does. So, I mean...
Or is that Infinity Train? Or both?
Does that apply in Infinity Train? I forgot about that.
It's definitely the same time. I just remember that being a big thing in Infinity Train. It's the same time. Yeah. They've been missing for months. Yeah.
But so typically like rainy weather is associated with either like if it's darker, it's during the fall, and if it's like brighter rain, if that makes any kind of sense, then it's spring. But since they're in like a darker rain, I'm gonna say like fall.
I don't think it's spring because then Camilla would have been like, "Where's my daughter?" Oh no, wait,
for over a year.
Never mind. I don't know. I'm betting it starts at because we could speak to it right now. I mean, at least I can on the East Coast. Oh, you guys are both kind of on the East Coast. Like when the last week, it's been in like the 70, much cooler temperature, and it kind of like felt jarring. So maybe it's like just the end of summer, and then they go right into fall from there.
I can't speak to any of that because I'm in Texas, where seasons aren't a thing. It's like summer and not summer.
Right. Okay. Well, they're in Connecticut, so this should make sense with what
you're closest, Aly.
Well, I was gonna say, and I think Connecticut gets does it get most of its rain in this fall?
Yeah, okay. I feel like we're doing a lot of analyzing in the show. Basically, the answer is I don't think this...
Is that not what you wanted from this?
I wasn't expecting this specific thing to be it, but that's fine.
We're meteorologists now, okay?
Yeah.
That's
I went to meteorology school just for this podcast,
I think
could this... Got my online degree.
Will Earth weather be one of the things Gus is fascinated by?
Yes,
absolutely.
I'm kind of sad they already experienced rain because I wanted a Lumity date with the umbrella.
Yeah, we still could. Anyway, the answer, I don't know where we are in the year. I don't think the show is said definitively yet, but
I'm gonna guess fall. They're also all wearing like long sleeves.
Yeah, the poster thinks it's fall. Yeah, I mean, it could be that it's like early September when they get back, and now it's October, November in the poster. Yeah, so it could be only a month or two. We'll come back to that when we need to know how much specific.
Is it just because you don't want our meteorology lesson?
I think we got it already. I think we got the meteorology lesson.
I'm not certified. But so everyone's hair is longer. That's obviously the most important thing.
Yeah, but no, you're right.
And everyone has different outfits.
We could see the time of year. It's a good point, though. That's another way to try to tell. Anyway, how about this title? Thanks to them.
That's interesting.
So who is them? Is it
Rain?
Rain?
It can be interpreted two ways.
Is it a group of people? Rain. Right? Like those are the possibilities.
3 ways. I'm sorry.
What's the third way?
Well, first I was like, thanks to them, like in a good way, like, oh, thanks to them, I'm like safe-ish now, like I love my friends and my mom. Or it could be like, thanks to them, like Belos and the Collector, like evil people.
Oh, like sarcastically, like we're stuck here thanks to them. Okay.
And now third way is thanks to them, Rain, thanks to them, eat us alive.
I mean, my first thought was we're safe on Earth thanks to the sacrifices of
that was my
King, Rain, etc. Yeah.
Especially like with Camilla, I can see her being very much like, well, thank you to them for their sacrifice so that I could have not only my daughter back, but like her
5 other mouths to feed.
But then my also thought process was that like potentially we spend this entire first special trying to get back to the Boiling Isles, and then it's because of something that like Camilla and is it V or Vi? I can't remember. V. That because of something that they do, that the rest of the group is able to get back to the. And it becomes
so it could be thanks to something that happens in the episode, like thanks to Camilla and V or something.
I think it could be like a theme, like at the beginning, like Camilla's thankful to Ida and Rain for getting. And King in a degree, to getting them home, but then it's going to be thanks to Camilla and V that they get back. So
I also really want the sarcastic thanks to them to fit in there somewhere.
Me too. I would love that.
I hadn't thought of the sarcastic one. I think that's good. But overall, I think Owl House episode titles don't really mean that much.
Except for when they spell out something that you pointed out about.
Well, that's kind of the thing. I think they start from a handicap because, like, season 2, you're spelling out a thing, so that limits what the title can be. And then you want to make it vague to not spoil what happens. But yeah, I wonder if thankfulness being a key element in that's not something I would expect.
And it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, does it mean that it'll be Thanksgiving during the special? That's true.
It has to be. They have to experience the.
Do they have to experience Thanksgiving? I guess
they have to experience the false narrative and lose like actually teaching them the right
and
side.
losing her mind.
Yeah, she would be someone like that. She's a social justice warrior, absolutely, in the best way.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So that we can come back to thanks them, but we do have some leaks that I will briefly mention. So I'll just say
Close your ears, everybody.
I'm about to mention. I don't really consider these leaks. I would say more spoilers, but there's been talk from Dane and other people of being anti-leak, so I apologize if this is considered leaks. I'm about to say 2 episode titles and a potential date. That's it. If you don't want to hear this, skip ahead a few minutes in the podcast. So yes, here we go. Here are the spoilers / leaks. So we knew this first title for months, apparently, thanks to them, because it was on like a Disney repositories. I actually don't even know where it's from. People have kept it a secret, but I haven't looked that hard. But there are 2 other titles along with it in the same place. So presumably these are also real, right? Because we knew the first one for a while. The second special will be called For the Future, and the third special called Watching and Dreaming.
And what does it spell?
And if you take the first word of each of them, it spells out thanks for watching. So that's the message to the fans, presumably.
I want to cry thinking about that.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's there's no like.
So there's a good chance that these titles are just meh.
Vague, you mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I always think Owl House episode titles are vague, so I don't really take that much from it. But like this is the version of the acronym. Instead of the first letter, it's the first word. This time, thanks for watching.
I think that's beautiful, and I hate it, and I'm gonna go throw up after this podcast thinking about that.
Okay, well, you have a scheduled throw up coming.
Yes.
And
Can I get in on that appointment?
Here, I'll share it on
why is this a positive? And we do have a tentative date for the second special from the same place. October 15th was there like in May or something, so that checked out. So
right, and we didn't believe that one.
And I didn't believe it. Well, I think Disney can always change their mind, so I don't think this is locked in. But the tentative date for the second special is January 21st. 2023. So, end-ish of January for the second special, as of now. Could change.
That's good. I'd be fine with that. Wait, hold on.
And then
what
we can
day
have
is
the
that?
third one on my birthday in April.
I want to look at
April,
this date. Oh, it is a Saturday.
I assume it's a Saturday, yeah. Okay. So there you go. That's it. In terms of For the Future, Watching and Dreaming, pretty generic. For the Future, I mean, that invites maybe some of the actional climax in the second special. That maybe that's an interpretation. Watching and Dreaming, could it be heavily epilogue-ish or stuff? Dreaming, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of interesting, that last title, too.
Oh, God, no. Are you implying that this was all a dream?
This was all a dream. That's what I'm saying. And Sleeping King, that's the...
I don't know if I could
actually all a book that Luz wrote.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, my God.
She went to summer camp, came back, started writing this book.
She's the Azura book author.
And any definitive takes on those 2 titles on what it could mean?
I'm just worried that it's going to be a dream. I'm like afraid now.
I mean, I really don't have any takes on them.
I have a take for the first one, or the second one rather, that it could be
for the future.
That it could be like the actual like kick in of like a whole rebellion, maybe, because like for the future.
Yeah, that's what
the new rebellion against the Collector.
Rogue One.
We're tired of playing this rebellion.
We don't want to play the Owl House anymore.
If you take like the acronym part, thanks for watching, as like, okay, that's what they had to do. Then what about the rest of the title? That's kind of maybe the more interesting.
I don't care about it.
The future. Okay, the titles. Okay, thank you.
I don't care about it anymore.
Okay,
well, I didn't think about them at all, and now I'm afraid.
The future kind of. I mean, it's the end of the show. Okay, dreaming. Like again, watching is part of the acronym, but dreaming. That's kind of interesting.
I swear to God. What if they're like, watching is you, the audience, and you just dreamt up this whole show? Everything's a lie.
Yeah, the king talks to the camera at the end.
It breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
So no, dreaming of the future, though, it's another kind of generic thing. So.
Do you have any like unhinged takes at what these could be?
No, not right now. I think they're kind of general.
I need more time to think about.
We'll see if we come up with them as we go.
We finally decide to do time travel.
Okay.
Not natural time travel. I don't know.
I'm just
trying to come up with things on the spot.
Okay, so we might check back in on the titles, but there you go. That's the leak discussion. And as we said, there's a New York Comic-Con panel. Aly posted this art that Dana drew for the Comic-Con panel. It's Luz wearing, I think, the same outfit as the poster. Except she has the Ida's jacket behind her. Okay. What's she holding?
The talisman egg.
Yeah,
oh, okay. But it's got, did she have the red, whatever? Was that what she had at the finale
scarf.
too?
I'm not sure where that, I think, Ida gave it to her in that scarf to like keep it warm or something.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
It's the eggy.
Yeah, and then the new thing is her hat, so we'll talk about that.
Beta Luz design. We'll talk about that too.
Yeah. Okay. So
everyone's getting red beanies for Christmas.
Well, actually, before we talk about more things, I want to just say, if any fans going to this panel or listening to this podcast, I'm literally begging you, do not record and upload anything online. If not for people who don't want to get spoiled for Dana and the crew, because it's just not cool, man. Just don't do it.
Okay. That's fair.
I think there's a chance if they show a clip, Disney will just post it on the YouTube after.
I'd be fine with like it being posted for everyone to watch, but if it's
supposed to be secret, don't record it.
If it's supposed to be an exclusive, like only you guys, I swear to God, if anyone records it, I'm going to throw my computer out the window.
Okay.
Deal.
Chair is gonna fall, computer out the window. Okay.
Yep.
This is gonna happen.
Last season, you were gonna jump out the window if they kissed, but I don't know if that ever happened. But
I didn't, because it was too late in the nighttime. If it was during the daytime, it would have worked.
I would be surprised if there's like a full trailer. I mean, it's like one special that's airing. What are we going to show a trailer? But I would prefer not to see any scenes of the second and third.
Yeah,
special.
that's what
now
I'm
I feel like I need to start paying attention to the actual channel, because they put trailers on like the actual Disney Channel all
You don't have
to
pay attention. They said Lumity instead of Lumity.
Oh,
well, then they
rude.
corrected themselves. But yeah, they might have I think if anything, we'll see like a clip, maybe at New York Comic Con of the first scene, and then like maybe on Disney Channel they show like a very short like promo of the episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. They do some really crazy promos.
As long as it's released for everyone, I don't care. But like
that's fair.
Yeah, for the specials, I mean, I personally give us nothing. What we have now, great. No clips, no trailers. I don't need anything.
Don't ruin what you're already taking away from us.
Keep doing what you've done.
Disney, exactly. You're good at this. We know, Disney. Keep giving us nothing. Thank you.
That was really like when everyone saw that the official Disney account posted about this. Even Dana and like people on the crew were surprised, like, "Oh, hello, official Disney account talking about this show."
The actual at Disney posted
it.
Yeah, no, I thought Disney did a great job with this announcement. I know people continue to be pissed to Disney about shortening season 3, which I obviously agree with. But I think that was ultimately like a handful of high level executives who did that, whereas everyone else at Disney, other than those people, has been very supportive of the holiday.
I wanna say like that some of the fans out there are so incredible, because like they'll like respond to people who are like posting like, oh, like you guys are taking away this show, blah 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 blah. But then they'll say like, look, this poor soul who's running this social media account has nothing to do with this. Like,
don't
your
harass
your anger is misplaced.
The social
at this
media
moment.
team.
Yeah. I'm glad we've clarified that.
We've evolved as people, at least some of us.
I mean, it's the children.
But it like makes me like so like happy to see that, you know, just because they're like, hey, we recognize
restored sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the news. Let's go through the rest. I mean, that was already half the podcast, but let's go through all of our other speculation. So here's what I was going to, I mean, we talked about this already, but we can check in again. So how excited are you for the specials? And like, what's the one element, if you had to pick one thing that's standing out to you, based on it could be based on the poster, it could just be what you think is going to happen from season 2. One thing. Give me one thing you're most excited for.
One?
Yeah, one.
I have 2.
Okay, give me one, and then if April or I don't say your other one, you can say it the second one at the end.
Okay.
The lore, honestly. I mean, you have a note about it like further down, but the lore of Philip and Caleb and the human realm and how it ties into the Boiling Isles and all that stuff. I just love lore. And I'm also curious how it's going to end. Like, how they're going to get back to the Boiling Isles.
Okay, that's 2 things. That was the second thing, but that's okay.
No, it relates, because it's all lore.
It's all lore.
Oh, so do you think the story of Philip and Caleb will tie into how they get back? Because it could, yeah.
Yeah, like maybe they were, like their realms were connected before. I don't remember if this is a canon thing. I'm probably making it up, but like they could have been one realm and then they split apart like in the medieval ancient times or whatever, or before dinosaurs. I have no idea.
Well, I think that there's part of that I feel like is true, and the only reason why I say that is for like the one thing that I'm going to bring up that's kind of unhinged.
Oh yes, yes.
Which is I'm really excited for Luz to take everybody to go see giraffes. Because Ida explained to Luz at the very beginning of the show that they banished giraffes to the human realm. And then there's a moment later where Luz is talking to someone and they're like, they say something about giraffes. And Luz goes, but giraffes are real. And they're like, haha, no, they're not. So I can't wait for her to go take them to see giraffes.
Yeah, so we'll see if they continue the giraffe running gag. I agree.
That's like my favorite joke.
Zoo adventures, slice of life activities. That's the other thing I'm actually really excited for. But will we have time for it is my concern.
Well,
the reason, the unhinged part that ties into that is that they will ride the giraffes into the boiling isles.
Oh my god, that's the cavalry. Yes. Right.
Them doing a giraffes joke, not that unhinged. that could actually happen. Them actually riding that's
not that unhinged either.
No, yes, it's not happening.
Like they break out in the zoo and they ride.
Oh, and they get the giraffes through the portal or whatever.
They're like, how are we going to get through the portal?
Oh, giraffes
I have
can
an
spit
idea.
out portals.
And Gus is the one to suggest it.
Okay, I'll say right now that's not happening.
Wow.
But they can still. They have to do something with the giraffe joke.
Yeah, I think they could. April, what's your one thing most excited for?
I'm most excited to just see everybody in the human realm for a little bit. Yeah. Like, I know it sucks that they're like not over there, and I feel like we're gonna have to get over an angsty period of like everyone trying everything they can and just completely focusing on getting back. But I feel like it'll be nice to just kind of see them like adjust, which is why like I'm excited to see that they all have like long hair, which means that they've had to have spent some time there.
Yeah.
So
nice.
I think it'll be fun. See a bunch of witches and everything in the human realm trying to make life, seeing giraffes.
Will they have human Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa?
Yes.
They have to have a holiday montage.
We have to do Halloween.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, Halloween, Thanksgiving got to be the most likely, but we'll see.
Yes.
We'll see.
So we have to have one of those.
Dylan, what are you the most excited
I'll
for?
say, I mean, as usual, it's Belos stuff, which Ali said, and Lumity. So I'll say Lumity.
Yeah, that was my second.
Okay.
I knew I could trust you.
Yeah, of course.
I'm
excited for Lumity in the first special, and then also, of course, probably the most exciting thing is how will they end with Lumity in the last special.
Oh my god. Is their daughter Azura? That's all I want to know.
That's the top question, of course.
That's what she's named.
Yeah. Well,
also Hunt Low.
Oh yeah.
No one's excited for Hunt Low. Dang.
No, I am.
There's already been much. I mean, if you listen to the top 10 episodes, Michelle's top episodes are all Hunt Low episodes. So this has been represented.
That was it was. I could count on her for that.
You can count on Michelle for
Hunt Low.
For Hunt Low. I think everyone's excited for Hunt Low.
Okay, but for the lore, I'm also like I don't know if this ties in, but I want Goop Belos to like be a thing.
Belos.
That's what I'm the most afraid of, but what I'm most curious about.
Yeah, okay, we'll come back to Goop Belos. We talked about this next point already. Will there be a time skip before the first special? Well, if you believe the description, it'll pick up immediately where it left off. I say the description's more likely to be wrong than the poster. So
it could also, their time skip could be in the first special.
Yes, so it could be that we start right away, we time skip to where the poster is, and then there's another time skip, and it's a year later, and they're still not back, and then they eventually get back, or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
will the special will end with them getting back?
Yeah.
We'll come back to that, I think so. But, so, okay, well, we're about there. So how long will we spend on Earth? So this is a big question.
A significant amount of time.
The entire first special?
That's my guess.
Like even to the ending?
To the end of the special? Into the second special?
The end of the first special is when we'll get back to.
So follow-up question, will we see the Boiling Isles at all in the first special?
Ooh. We could, even if we don't go back there.
No.
They could cut back and forth.
No, we won't, because we gotta, like, save it, you know? Like,
Owl House usually has A and B plots, I will say that.
What if we get glimpses? Because Luz did find a way with the in-between to at least look through mirrors. Someone else could do that, maybe Lilith. If anyone could do it, I'd have faith in Lilith.
Oh, and she's, like, checking on the kids?
Mm-hmm. Or she's just, like, trying to establish contact
Someone
first.
accesses the in-between, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be...
Or maybe King would, because it's in his dreams. I'm sorry. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. He does dream about it. I forgot.
No, I'm just, like, trying to form thoughts out loud.
Well, let me give you my big theory here.
Okay.
So here's my... this is what this is based on the poster. The poster is so good it invoked the whole concept of the first special to me.
I was going to say, I have that one of those. That's
okay. We'll see if this. I think it's a lot of what we've talked about already, but this is what I would do with the first special based on kind of where we're going here. So I think this first special entirely on Earth, no check-ins with the Boiling Isles, and it plays as a mini horror movie. Is the entire first special. The monster is Goop Belos, and we discover more and more of Goop Belos as he builds up strength throughout the entire special.
And Hunter is the hot girl who dies in the beginning.
Well, he'll have to...
Hunter is final girl.
Hunter has to confront Belos at some point, probably in the special. So culminates with a big kind of fight against Goop Belos. They finally realize he's actually definitively back. And there's some sort of lore reveal as Belos talks to them, probably talks to Hunter. Hunter confronts Belos about Grimwalkers. We get more information there. This is at the same time as they're researching the entire first special, how to get back. They encounter Goop Belos more and more. And then right as they are able to finally open up the portal back, Belos confronts them, and their fight results in both them and Goop Belos going through the portal. And as the first special ends. So there you go. So Belos back on Boiling Isles, everyone else back on Boiling Isles.
But I like yours better.
That makes the most sense, at least, especially like how they get back. But I want to know if there will be any slice of life montages in your first episode.
Okay, so I have other stuff written down. So while they're discovering Goop Belos, we have time for stuff. Lumity date at some point. I also think since we're starting immediately after the first one, we can get their reactions to the finale, their emotions. Mm-hmm. We get Luz and Amity talking to Camilla about them dating. I think we want that. So because if we skip time, then we're not going to see her reaction to the fact they're dating. They'll just be accepted by that point. So then we get all that, the initial stuff. Then we fast forward to 4 months later. They've been researching. They're starting to see signs. Maybe one of the five of them is like, Belos is back, and the other ones don't believe them. And then, eventually it builds up horror movie stuff. And, so I think we have some time, before kind of a Belos confrontation for slice of life stuff.
So my theory is that in the first episode, like at the beginning, like everyone is like hardcore concentrating on trying to get back. But as time passes, their efforts are futile. And except for like Luz, who is very stubborn, and I love her for it. And so she just continues to like obsess over it. But everyone else is like trying to live normal lives. And then eventually Goop Belos starts becoming an issue. And then everyone's like, oh, no, we need to take this to the Boiling Isles. And then they get back on it again. Or something just magically happens and they get to go back. So...
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they accept the situation at any point. Like if it's only a few months, they're probably not going to. I would think they're gonna just.
I was thinking they would also be okay with it, but some of them have parents that they like back there, like not.
Yeah, I mean, I think Luz will never accept it because Ida's back there. I think we've spent enough have enough emotional weight there, and King, and less importantly, everyone else. But especially,
well,
quite
but
frankly,
I also feel like that would be like, as everyone sort of tends to like come off the high of trying to get back as quickly as possible and doing anything and everything, that the fact that everyone else has loved ones over there is like her argument for why we should continue, where everyone's just like, look, Luz, like maybe we can try again in a couple of months, but right now nothing's working. So can we just go to the zoo and see giraffes?
Right. I mean, will they be dejected? I think is a key kind of emotion that we should probably expect from them at some point, that they're not able to get back.
Yeah.
But
which then also like makes the passage of time understandable, because if they can get back right away, like there would just be like no point in showing characters who have longer hair and different.
Yeah, and it's interesting that the time has passed, because that made they're going to be very down at the start, so that it invites the possibility of things being a little more normal by that point.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't seem like enough time has passed that they would just accept things completely. I think we might need to see another time skip for that to happen. I guess my unhinged theory would be, I think I said this at the end of season 2, but we have like a 5-year time skip on Earth, and then they're adults before they come back. That would be the...
Oh, wow.
I don't think they're doing that, but that would be
I feel so bad for all those people who have to play Owl House for that long.
By the way,
we don't know what the game is. We'll get to this, but they never like said the instructions or rules.
No,
like
we just know that you need a lot of people.
Yeah.
It could just be like a fancy tea party for all we know.
That'd be nice. Okay. One more thing on the poster, by the way. Is this graveyard they're in literal? Will they be looking in a graveyard for something at some point?
Okay, I had a note about that, because they might be looking for the sites of Philip and Caleb, or at least their ancestors, because we saw like the statues, right, of potentially them or their ancestors, whoever that is. I don't remember if it's like canon that we know.
Oh, didn't they have like another relative, like a sister or something like that?
I think it was like we saw like a woman in the flashbacks, and we were assuming it's a witch from the Boiling Isles.
I don't really know.
Or it could be them. I mean, I don't think this is true, but someone was like, "Oh, they're going to see Luz's dad to visit like his grave," but I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't think it would be spooky like this.
I was gonna say my other theory was that like they were trying to do like a very like Scooby-Doo-esque like poster style, and they were like, "Haha, let's put them in a graveyard."
Right. It might not be literal. Yeah, I agree. But if they are looking for someone in a graveyard, the only people I can think of are Philip and Caleb's parents. That might make sense. We had
Philip and Caleb from the exact same, I guess, area as that Luz is from.
I believe so, because the statue is there. Yes.
That's right.
They're like the founders or whatever.
We could use some. That was what we speculated. We could use some clarification on that. I was listening back to some of our conversations at the end of season 2, and we did speculate that, because we're talking about Philip declares himself to be a witch hunter. But he was pretty young potentially when he went, so maybe he wasn't literally a witch hunter, but his parents maybe were famous witch hunters, so that's why they could be looking for their parents. We talked about that. So that's the only thing I can really think of from the graveyard, but we can also come back to that.
What if there's zombies? It's Halloween. Zombies.
That'd be fun.
I love it. People dressed up as witches, and everyone's really confused.
Also, side note about the poster: why is no one hiding their ears? Like, this means that it has to be for the whole month of October, so they can use the "I'm always ready for Halloween" excuse.
Well, I think they're on their own in the graveyard. That's what I would say, probably.
So maybe like when they're not in public.
Yeah, because if you've read Moore & Mark's comics, they're always wearing headbands over the top of their ears.
Yeah, Moore & Mark knows what's up.
Yeah, so they're not covering their witch ears here.
Oh yeah, but then why? I'm just curious as to why they have V in human form.
Okay, so let's talk about the people in the poster. Okay, so that was the next topic. So first of all, you have a person on the rightmost person, who in theory we've never met this person, but I think if you look, to me, I read it as like, okay, this is V. Like, I don't know, for some reason it just looks like V.
You can tell by
to
her
me.
ears.
Yeah, and I guess her eyes, her face structure look like V to me.
The way that the hair and the ears are is what made me believe.
Yeah. So it's not V in Luz form, but it's V in a new person's form, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So potentially she has a cover story of like, Luz's cousin thrice removed. Who knows?
Yeah, probably she's taken on some other human persona. So
that's Vivican. We call her V.
Probably.
How has she been staying in this form though, when she has no like magic to consume? Wasn't that a thing that like she needs to eat magical things?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't remember that. I thought she was just doing it at will.
Maybe she's V for monster form, right? When they come back at the end of season 2, though, right? So maybe they've brought some magic items with them, and that's how she's able to.
Don't eat the talisman, please.
Yeah.
No.
We only see 2 of them in this.
Yeah, so we don't see Luz's egg, but we see Flapjack and Amity's cat staff. So
we also don't see Willow's or Gus's talisman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Okay, the other people we've talked about.
Also, Camilla has a bat.
Yeah, get him.
Oh, she does. She is holding. Okay, we can talk about Camilla. She is holding a bat up.
ready.
That's true. Is this the new Chancla? It's just a bat this time.
Oh, absolutely. But she has 6 kids. A chancla isn't going to do anything when you have that many.
Oh, she's had to upgrade to a bat.
Yeah.
She's
she definitely also has a chancla if she's not wearing it in her like pocket or something.
Yes.
Is
this a wooden bat?
On her hand.
A what?
A wooden bat. It looks wooden.
It looks like it. I mean, it could be.
It's more common in metal bats.
Yeah. Please give her a metal bat.
I mean, that's what if you have like kids playing baseball.
Well,
that's what
the only reason why I don't think that it's a wooden bat is because they would have given like wood detail. You know what I mean?
It's. I will say it's hard to tell exactly what's going. It's dark in the poster, and also people are pretty small, so we're making a lot of assumptions from this poster. And also, this poster is not in the like animation style of the show, so we don't know exactly how everyone's going to look. But yeah, we don't know what this bat is, or if this is even is this just a poster thing, or will she have a bat all episode? That'd be pretty funny.
But I love that
she's have a shopping episode, or at least a montage, not an episode.
Okay, so speaking of, Amity has different clothes. Did they go shopping?
So does it. It looks like everybody does from the little you can see.
Yeah.
You can really,
Gus has a shirt and
even like Camilla's wearing something different.
Yeah.
It's like Luz has different clothes, but also she has like a dresser.
Closet.
Yeah. So,
wow.
So the Edith's jacket is the same though, so she's still wearing that. That's the. But okay, Amity. She has longer hair. I think she's the most noticeably longer hair. It seems to be.
She's still dyeing it. Love it.
But her roots are coming in.
Yes.
So I don't think she's still dyeing it because the.
Oh, at the very top of her head? Okay.
Yeah.
But, like, the length of it.
Yeah, but the color doesn't change.
We don't know how the magic spell works. That dyes there.
Oh, that's true. Magical hair dye could work different.
It could, it's because normally the hair would grow in, not the dyed color, right? But so, but that would be at the top. Anyway.
Her roots would be at the top, and as
that's the only place the real color grows in.
As the hair grows out, you'd have to recolor the roots.
Okay, so her hair's longer,
and she has overalls.
She has overalls, a long sleeve shirt or something, and some sort of pants or tights or something. So
polka dot tight pants. It's a fit. I'm really happy about it.
So there's been a lot of fan art. It's really good. I'm interested to see if she keeps this longer hair.
I want to see her wear a ponytail.
Ponytail.
Also, Gus has like a baseball shirt on. It looks like what's that style called?
It's called a baseball shirt.
Okay, I win. Got him.
It's multicolored, potentially long sleeve shirt. Okay, but anyway, so Amity. So most important, Amity's hair. Come on.
Wow.
What about Ghost? We were debating whether or not the Palisman came with them, so this confirms at least 2.
Yeah, I think their Palisman are with them,
no
probably.
Offense.
Ghost is on the staff, so we'll get some cat stuff going. Presumably, Ghost can still turn into cat form.
No, they can have magic in.
Yeah, so
they can. Realm.
Yeah, so you just can't do glyphs on Earth, but you presumably can still do other magic. We don't exactly know what's going on because the Titan's been ripped up, so we'll see. But
when they came in season 1 with Lilith, she was able to use magic on Earth.
Yes.
So anyway, Amity's hair. We'll see if she cuts it. I just saw fan art today where it's even longer. Omi-chan's fan art. So. Well, I don't know. I have a hard time seeing Amity with super long hair for like that. But we'll see.
If it's in a ponytail?
That'd be good.
It's a look.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Will they get haircuts during the special?
No, well, Hunter has to. Do you think he cuts his own hair? I've seen a lot of funny fans.
I think Willow did it. That's my guess.
Okay. I like.
I just assumed that Camilla was doing hair for everybody.
I just like the meme that Flapjack rips it off because he's been pulling it for forever.
Yes.
So Luz has slightly longer hair. She has different clothes on. She has the beanie. People have been saying looks a little bit more like Beta Luz, which is this concept art Dana showed at some point of early designs of Luz and Amity, where they look older. Amity has longer hair in that, but I guess is getting towards that, and Luz has the hat.
She has the same shirt, the pants.
I was gonna say Luz's hair is grown out.
She looks good. I'm so happy they kept the scar and that it's canon.
Yeah, so she has a scar over her eyebrow. By the way, I tried to watch the finale for when she got the scar and I couldn't find it. But it's at some point during the fight.
It's it's not super noticeable, I think.
It's there at the end.
Because she's just beaten up generally.
I know, I think it was off screen, which was a little annoying. But yeah, it's just she'll have the scar for forever, I guess. It's
how specific? Yeah, it's off screen.
A magic scar.
Right? Does it not go away because it was from Magic Belos?
Is this going to give her magic powers?
Oh wow, Lou's doing magic! I could never imagine that Lou's doing magic.
No, without glyphs, because she can't on the human realm.
Yeah, you're a wizard, Luz. Okay.
Oh my god.
How about Willow? Anything going on with Willow?
It doesn't look like she has a flannel shirt on. I'm also just going off of the fan art people have done.
We only see the very top of their.
Yeah.
She has yellow shirt under what looks like a green flannel.
It doesn't look like her hair has grown much, though.
Yeah.
She might have the same hairstyle.
Yeah, maybe she was just like, Camilla, just keep it the same length. She gets a cut every.
Different people's hair grows at different speeds as well.
Hunter, I can't see, has like a pullover yellow sweater.
And so most notably, Hunter has a different hairstyle now.
Yes.
So he doesn't have his little
You
thing.
know what? He could just have an undercut.
I
had an undercut for a while. It's where you leave the top of your head alone, and then.
But the top of his head's different.
Maybe he got a. Well, yeah, but
if it was cut, it's not cut that much. It could just be styled that way.
Yeah.
But
oh my god, he uses hair gel now.
Yeah, he would.
He uses Farrah Fawcett or a Disney equivalent. The only reason why that came to mind was because I've been rewatching Stranger Things.
Oh my god.
And Gus has a hat on. That's the other thing.
Oh yeah, he's got on like a beanie too.
Yeah.
His
Camilla over here
under that. Hey, it's cold.
Beanies just could be because it's cold.
Their ears aren't covered.
I know. What's the point of the beanie if you're not covering the ears?
Yeah.
So I think the most notable changes are Amity's hair, Luz's hair,
in general,
and Hunter's hair.
Luz's whole outfit is a big change.
Yeah, we don't know if the outfit's all. Is this just a first Earth special one, and then they'll go back to witch clothes when they get back to Bling Isles? We're not sure.
Or new clothes.
Well, because a lot of the time she was just wearing some variation of her clothes that she came there with. It felt like to me.
Yeah.
And so this just maybe like loses like fall winter look because it's a colder season now.
Yeah.
I like the theory that like Hunter's hair is this way too because he's trying to distance himself from the Grimwalker / Caleb part of himself because of trauma.
That's fair.
Look less like him. Yeah,
it's a good take.
I understand messing with your hair as a reaction to trauma.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see if he confronts that in the special. I would like that. So speaking of, let's talk about Belos more. Shocking for me, but look. So I was gonna say, if I was gonna answer how excited I'm so excited now for this first special, and I would say I am more excited about this first special than any of the 3 specials.
I think I would agree with you.
Wow. Yeah. That's because the last special is so hype as we see the ending, but
I also don't want it to end.
Okay.
So
that's why it's not my favorite.
But I was at, as you know, if you listen to this podcast, I've loved the Belos stuff in season 2. Then I was kind of disappointed by the ending, but I was like, I'm hopeful for the specials. My hope has been fully reinvigorated now from this poster because Belos name dropped in the description prominently, and he's big in the background. Belos will be a big part of the special, I'm convinced, and I'm convinced we're going to get some answers to my pressing questions here, which I've been...
It also looks like Hunter's looking up at him. I hate it.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to possess him somehow or control him through gaslighting.
I wonder if they will do like a whole thing of like Hunter meeting his relatives.
So here's I think the number one thing that we can expect from Belos stuff if we're on Earth, the whole special. What were Belos and Philip like on Earth? Because
that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
We're on Earth. We have to investigate the parts of their lives when they were on Earth.
Because it may tell a lot of like key things as to how they got to the Boiling Isles and.
So were their parents witch hunters? What's with their parents? So how did they interact with the society at the time, which was very witch hunter-esque? And how did they get to the Boiling Isles, as April just said?
Yes!
Because that could be the key to the way back, was Belos and Philip and Caleb at some point figured out how to get to because we saw in the portrait potentially they were coaxed by a demon. That could have been what happened. It could have been a random time pool, a temptress. It could have just been a random time pool that appeared from elsewhere and elsewhere. So that wouldn't be replicatable until they just find another random one that appears. But if they came back through some method, then that's the key to getting back.
Yes, that's all I want. That's literally all I want.
So I think
other than Lumity.
Well, or I wonder if the quote unquote magic to create that rift between the two worlds is something that can only be created on Earth. Does that make sense? Because there was like a lot of struggle to get like the portal up and running again. And it may just have been because like Belos.
So it could be easier to make a portal from Earth to Boiling Isles instead of vice versa. That could be, yeah. We could see something like that.
How? Because it was all about the Titan's blood, at least for the Boiling Isles.
But see,
so what would it be here?
Maybe it's actually fueled by something else. Gasoline. Oh no, gas is like $5 a gallon. Camilla, can we?
Will we see stuff like gas price jokes? Like, are we going to
have to see like American society jokes? It has to happen.
Will they pass a Wook Donald's or something in anime form?
A moonbucks.
Moonbucks.
God, it has to happen. I mean, I feel like I saw, correct me if I'm wrong, that Dana like has basically unlimited creative freedom with these specials to a point, I think.
Yeah, I mean, she's talked about how she's not. I would say that's generally true.
I also feel like she's talked in regards of like I'm gonna do whatever I want.
That being said, like they wouldn't be able to put actual trademark stuff in. Like it's not.
No, but they can mess with it.
Yeah, that's why we can have like moonbugs.
Yeah. So
I want to know about Belos. Are we gonna see their whole, or rather his and his brother's whole timeline, including Caleb getting stabbed?
Right. So okay.
Caleb, excuse me.
Let's do. Let me set this up.
Let's museum or something.
A museum.
Well, because they have a statue of them.
Yeah, there could be history, or they could just do online research.
There could be like a tiny little museum.
What's their world's Google?
Yeah.
Probably just Google, but they won't show it.
Google. Poodle.
Will we get a tie-in, a Duolingo tie-in to the since they're on
absolutely.
Has
to be.
That'd be fun.
They're all going to be studying Spanish, and that's the only way.
That'd be so cute if we saw Amity.
The Duolingo.
Totally. I want to see her practicing with
Camilla, like the Amity trying to talk. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in terms of the museum thing, we don't know the extent of the brothers in this town, the history of the town, other than because we just learned it through this that one creepy guy, and we just saw the statue. So we could get a bigger picture of that. So here's what I said at the end of season 2. These was the most to least likely that we get from Belos lore. So let's check in on this now. Philip and Caleb's backstory. That was my most likely thing we're gonna get.
Same.
But here's the thing: how are we gonna get the part? So I said the parts that are on Earth they could like look up history of. What about the parts on the Boiling Isles? How do we get that if we're still on Earth?
We don't.
I'm wondering if, because Belos is around, if he's going to be evil and tell everyone like lies about his past, or if he's going to like have a mental breakdown. Maybe Gus will help him because he like is a therapist now. Maybe he'll break down and tell everyone like the full truth about his past and the Boiling Isles, everything that he knows or has read before.
Yep.
And that's how we also see everything happen from where he was and... I don't know. For the history of the Boiling Isles, that's a tough one.
It's going to be a credible source, though, because I feel like you have to.
Is Goop Belos more credible than normal Belos?
Oh no,
we don't know. Unreliable Goop narrator. But we said in the
Goop Belos refuses to go back to the Boiling Isles.
This graveyard is my home now. He's just in.
He's like, I did not want to be in the Boiling Isles. I was trying so hard to get back. You kids are going to ruin this for me.
In general,
he can't do what he wanted to do in his current state.
Yeah, I'm expecting Belos to resurface in a form similar to the one he had. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I think he will be, I think he will be sentient. I think he will be somewhat humanoid by the end of the special.
Do you think he's gonna he's gonna have to like possess something? I feel like.
He attached to him and he shares his blood.
I hope not, but yeah, that is possible.
Or he'll I don't know, make a clone from his blood or something. I'm worried for my boy.
Goop Belos is literally a drop of goop right now. I'm not giving him much credit to do anything.
Yeah, I don't know how he does. I don't think he can possess people yet unless he has magic.
He could probably. Wait,
he can't even talk.
Don't you guys remember Dragon Prince? I'm sorry to bring it up, but that caterpillar on the ear, he could literally go into Hunter's ear.
He's literally just going to whisper in his ear.
Yeah,
but the caterpillar had like a mouth and a face.
Yeah, can Goop Belos even talk? Yeah.
He has magic.
Does he?
He could talk with his goop hole. I don't know.
Oh no, don't say that.
He's gonna be.
Don't say that. Okay, so at the end of season 2, we said that in a podcast we said it's good that Belos didn't like have a Bond villain. I'm going to tell you my whole plan narration because that didn't seem right. But is it more right now that he's in goop form, right? Because that's the only thing is Belos would have to tell them what happened. That's the only way we're going to hear about it on Earth, as Belos says. I think it's well, we could get Belos telling his story. I think it's possible it could be done right.
I mean,
I want to know if it's going to be like him genuinely being like, okay, here's the actual truth, or if he's still going to be spreading lies.
Well, and see, I just don't imagine that he's going to be helpful.
Yeah.
Like, despite being in goop form, like, he wanted to go home.
To spread misinformation about the boiling island.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
He had this plan. He wanted to go home. Well, we'll get back to this, but he wanted to kill everyone and go home. Well, now he's not home as himself. Society's completely different, and he wasn't able to kill everyone. Although I'm not sure if do they know that?
I don't think so.
They might not know that.
So.
But it's possible Belos is like dejected as the same as the kids are. It's possible he's not like feeling super evil right now, so he could be more in the mood to talk about things. Yeah. Like, I mean, how evil can he really try to be in goop form? Maybe he needs their help. Maybe he approaches them and is like, "I need your help," and then we have this debate over should we help Belos?
I can get a body back.
I'll help you get back to boiling owls in exchange for you helping me get back into my body.
If there are anime experts listening, I want to know if there are evil slimes in that anime so we can have a point of reference. Like, I just know about the main character being that time I was a slime. Is that what it's called?
Reincarnated.
Yeah, I don't remember there ever being any. Okay. I mean, I didn't get very far.
Is there just one titular slime in that anime, or are there multiple slimes?
I've only.
What about Dragon Hunter, Dragon Quest? That's the one with slimes, right? Okay. Is that what those creatures are called? Okay. Anyway. Okay, so that's number one. So we think we're going to get the parts of Philip and Caleb on Earth. We're not sure. It could be half that, and then the second special, we get the rest of it when we're back on the Boiling Isles, or Belos could tell them. I think these are kind of the options here. Mm-hmm. Second most likely thing. I was a little 50-50 on this after season 2, but I'm more optimistic now. Why specifically was Belos making Grimwalkers? What was his plan there?
He wanted his brother.
That's what I
So he never said that. That's the thing.
But it could be like it's either he wanted to bring like a memory of his brother back, or more that he wanted a version that he could control.
Right. So I'm looking for something like that because it's easy to forget, but we never got that. We just got the kind of a general,
it's not easy to forget.
A general sentimental feeling from Belos towards his brother. Well, but did he have a specific plan here?
Well, and I wonder if whenever we get their time on Earth, we get more as to why he was making Grimwalkers, like his motivation behind it, because we don't necessarily have to know about what happened to the two of them in the Boiling Isles to get the answer as to why he was making Grimwalkers. It could have been something as small as like, you're taking my son, husband, whoever with you, you better bring him back or I'll kill you. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think I'm almost more confident now that we're getting this question answered than the full backstory. I agree, because Hunter on Earth, Goop Belos on Earth, not that many other people we care about on Earth. They got to have a confrontation here, and Hunter needs to know why he was made. Why was I created for my creator? You know,
and Belos isn't in a position to really fight him.
And if Belos is vulnerable, like maybe he doesn't either want to or can't lie at this point. So
they take Goop Belos to the history museum that has the history of him and his brother, and he gets all sentimental.
And he tells them about it. Yeah, something like that. But I feel like we're getting the answer to this in this first special because of Hunter's character. I think that's kind of what's important here. So I'm more bullish on the Grimwalker answer. But this
Mine
third,
too. I don't know why you think we'd forget about it, because that's like one of the most important things.
Yeah.
yeah, well, a lot of people were like, okay, Belos is done at the end of season 2, you know?
No, God, there was a whole like slow motion shot.
I know, but he's a little goop guy. Now he's big on the poster. Big.
He was very important.
That could still be
Big
the
is
Titan.
much better than little, so we
Hunter is in trouble.
It's better. But where did he get a skeleton?
Hunter.
But Hunter's on the poster.
Yeah, he's independent of Hunter. I don't think he has a skeleton. I think it's this goop skeleton in this. I think he's like a shape of a skeleton.
He's like Goop Belos finds an anatomy book so he can rebuild himself.
Or he finds a fake skeleton and he just like
Or he's in the
wraps himself
graveyard.
around that.
and
Oh, he finds a real skeleton.
Oh, he
Yeah.
inhabits the people in the graveyard? That'd be fun.
He
Ooh,
makes everyone
zombies.
Oh yeah, that actually could be how he gets zombies. Goop Belos controlling the skeletons.
But that could also be how he's able to reform too.
Yeah, just like objects or bodies that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he
are
steals
uninhabitable.
like organ donations, and then he's able to form a body. Belos goes to the
I mean,
hospital.
that's not what I was thinking. I was just thinking that he needs like organic material
No, I want to see him make a whole body from scratch with like legit organs.
as
someone
a
else
goop,
can.
as a small drop of
I
goop.
believe in Dana. She's unhinged in the best ways.
This special, I feel like Dana's like has a very horror art style. I feel like this is the time to show it off.
Yes,
This special, so
Absolutely.
that's very
And it's
exciting.
Halloween time. Like the first special comes out in October.
And the timing is really good too. Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
Right.
I was gonna say then the timing would be very purposeful.
I would love
Like-
if they celebrate Halloween. We get to see them in costumes. That'd be.
That's
so good.
what I'm saying. Like
that-
it has to be.
I'll
a
drop
montage.
the entire.
Oh,
you can give me
okay.
no Belos stuff if we get
But
to see
if-
the trick or treat. Like
If
that's worth
we,
it.
if we do that, we have to see at least one person go up to somebody's ears and be like, "Wow, these look so good."
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
They're
real.
really
yeah,
confused.
I know.
But so who's gonna dress up as what? Are we gonna get couple
Yeah,
cosplay?
so let's do Homestar Runner-esque, get all their Halloween costumes.
Yes,
okay.
yes,
So
yes,
Amity is a
yes.
cat or something, right? Or is Luz
Yes.
a cat?
Yeah.
Who's the...
No, Luz is an otter.
Well, we saw the Bee and Puppy Cat fan art of...
That was adorable.
So,
Yes.
yeah, Luz... I feel like Luz can't just be an otter. I think she's been that before.
I want Luz to dress up as Ida.
Aww. That'd be... Who are you? You can't... That's a... no one knows what that is, though.
Or okay, Amity is gonna dress up as Azura.
Yeah, you could do that. Either of them could be
Well,
a Zora.
Or no, Luz is gonna be Azura and Amity's gonna be Hecate.
Hecate,
right?
yeah.
That's her name.
That would be good if they're Zora and Hecate, yeah.
That's
a
that's
good
all
idea.
I need. I
Okay.
don't care about anything
And I've
else. I'm
no,
sorry.
Gus has to be something completely ridiculous.
A giraffe. It'll be a
Giraffe.
To be a giraffe. Okay. I think we nailed those three. How about Hunter and Willow? Can they be a couple's costume?
Yeah, but
Willow is gonna be Poison Ivy.
and then Hunter's gonna be Harley.
They don't know what anything is though. That's the problem.
They don't have to. No,
but
it'll
Oh wait, what if
It'll be
Luz and
a
Amity?
montage.
Luz dresses them. It's like
They'll
No,
know
but
knowing
here-
what things are. We're gonna have a montage of them going to the library, watching cartoons, and finding comic books, and then
Yeah.
Warner Brothers exists in this universe. So
Well, I was gonna say
Our
the
life.
other thing is that Willow does it like unbeknownst to the character existing. She's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna dress myself in like Poison Ivy and be like a Poison Ivy
Accidental.
lady."
oh, she does not use actual poison.
what if they're like knockoff Harry Potter characters? Like,
Oh my
no,
gosh.
that would be funny, but I'd be
It'd
pissed.
be kind of funny. No, they'd have to be Disney properties for
Percy
for this.
Jackson, do Percy Jackson cosplays.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah, something like
we
that.
need a Marvel character.
Oh yeah,
that would be good.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, enough. I'm sorry, I just had to.
Okay. At least I think we. Okay.
Hunter dresses up as Iron Man.
Okay, all right.
Okay. We'll keep something with a bird, maybe. Costume has to involve
Oh,
Flapjack.
Batman.
No,
Oh
like
my
has to,
God.
who has a bird sidekick? You know, like who has
No
a.
one.
Batman.
Batman.
Batman has a Robin sidekick.
Oh, that's Batman and
dresses up
Robin
as
and Flapjack's
Robin.
Robin. That would be cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Flapjack gets a little Robin cosplay.
Yeah. Okay. I
Aw.
like that. Okay. We'll help us brainstorm who everyone's costume.
Fan artists, if you're listening, draw all this.
I know.
Yes.
I think we got. Except I think we nailed everyone except Willow now. But and,
Willow
And V.
is totally
And V.
Poison Ivy.
V could, I guess, just go as herself, but that's
Oh
complicated.
yeah.
Vico's
She'd be like,
has her,
I'm a sea monster.
her monster form. Yeah. Okay.
Wow, it's so lifelike.
So lifeless. Yeah, we gotta get that at some point.
These
Okay.
prosthetics are crazy.
Okay.
Where'd you get your material?
Yeah.
Is Ronaldo
So
here?
good. Well, no, no, that guy.
He was
curator,
just
right?
Ronaldo. So yeah.
Is he in jail? Hopefully, he's in jail.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened. Okay, here's my third Belos thing. Lastly, what were Belos' Day of Unity plans besides killing everyone, if any, and why did he do it?
I thought it was confirmed.
It was confirmed that he was killing everyone. But
that he wanted to go back to the human realm to to prove to everyone here's the demon realm. Let's colonize it because we're evil white people.
Now you started
extrapolating. I thought he just wanted to kill.
What he said was he's killing everyone and he wanted to go back. That's what he said in the finale.
I think that's what it was, because he was like, I'm a witch hunter. I'm going to kill all of these witches, and then I'm going to go home and live the rest of my life.
I think why did he, in my opinion, why did he do it is not still completely answered yet, because we're assuming that there's motivation from the Philip and Caleb backstory that we haven't been specifically told yet.
We assume, but we could also just let it be.
This is the least confident one, because they might not extrapolate here. Dana in the Talking Hoot, I think at some point said he was just trying to kill everyone. She confirmed that.
Well, yeah, because he's from a time where witch hunts were an actual thing,
right? So, I agree, but I think we need more, because all he said is witch hunter. Wait, what else?
That was why I was like, it has to be for
explain
glory or
more.
Something, but probably not.
Well,
depending on what happened with his brother.
Well, because back in that time, weren't quote unquote witch hunters that was
they were
serious
glorified
thing.
And
they were
pedestals.
glorified.
They were made.
So I think
leaders.
we'll see if that's important. I think we're going to see that here now that we're on Earth. We'll research the history of that.
Are we gonna have a Salem witch trial flashback?
Yep.
Belos is there. I mean, the problem is, I think that they're kind of young. We don't know exactly how old were they.
They're just
but that makes even more sense then, because
just
he
witnessing
grew
it
up
happen.
with it.
Yeah,
they could have seen it. We could see a Belos POV from the crowd as a witch is burned.
They were influenced by their societal norms.
Right. I think that's kind of a key thing. But just why the plan to kill everyone and
because he's a witch hunter. He's got to kill them all.
Because he's a colonizer.
So if that's the only answer, then let's we gotta get into that a lot. That has to be a strong emotional thing. We got to see the history of the witch hunt, which is possible. We'll see this episode.
Gotta involve his brother.
The Salem witch hunts were a devastating time in our history.
I don't know.
This is not Salem, but yes, and there were Connecticut witch hunts.
Okay,
as well.
Look, the 13 colonies. It was a devastating time, and it's a very.
Well, you're acting like you were there, but maybe you were.
Maybe I was.
As April, an escaped witch from the Salem witch trials.
What would you like to know?
I would like to know that. That would be very interesting.
Questions for you later.
In time, all will be revealed.
Yeah. So now that we talk about it, I think all three of these can tie together. So I think that there's that. A little optimistic.
They have
here.
to, kind of.
Well, I think so. I think if Belos is in here in a major form, then if the whole special is about Belos, in addition to them finding emotionally being on Earth, then I think you're gonna have to answer all these. So I think the biggest thing is that we just weren't expecting the whole first special to be about Belos. We were like, okay, we're gonna be maybe half or less of the special to be on Earth. Yes, Scoop Belos is back. Maybe he follows them back in at some point. He'll reform, but still the collector is the main thing. Well, this description says maybe they're both equally important in the specials. So,
but I feel like they may have also just included that information because that is what happened in the last episode.
That's true.
It
might not mean anything. But...
And so they were just like, hey, we're going to jog your guys' memory by saying that, look, they're going up against Belos and the Collector. You guys forgot.
Yeah. That being said, I'm so much more interested in Belos than the Collector as of now.
Oh my gosh, I want to know about the Collector.
So let's talk about
not in this special
stuff to go off from Belos. We don't
We just don't know. We just don't know much about it. And he's he's just a mischievous kid. Unless there's more, I have a hard time thinking he'll be more interesting than what we've seen from Belos. But let's talk about the Collector. So even if the whole first special is on Earth, we'll eventually go back to playing Owls. How long will they be playing Owl House with the Collector? And what does that mean, right? What?
Yeah, more importantly, what is the Owl House?
I think it is possible that the Owl House thing was just a quick thing at the end of the season, and they will be not necessarily playing a game when they come back 4 months later. I think it could just be they played a game for a day, and then there's a new reality.
The Collector got bored.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I feel like they might still be playing whenever they get back.
I still have my unhinged theory that they're they're playing video games. It's not anything devastating. And then they come back to a peaceful scene with the Collector.
Everyone's living happily.
I think the biggest thing to me is tonally for the show. It's hard for me not to see it being super wacky when if they're playing Val House when they come back.
I'm just imagining a scene with like Ida and King and the Collector, and the Collector's like trying to do something, and they're like, "You can't do that. It's in the rules." Like,
yeah.
Or like the Collector like yelling at one of them.
But they
like,
can also make new rules anytime they want because they're the ones who made up the game.
Well, yeah, but I feel like I'm seeing that scene so perfectly in my mind. Like, you can't do that. It's in the rules. Like, I made up the rules, so.
Yeah, and also, even if it doesn't last 4 months, it's possible that we either A, we're wrong about the whole first special being on Earth and we check in on the Boiling Owls in real time, or B, if we don't see the Boiling Owls until the second special, we might not go back in real time. We might flash back to the beginning, catch up, and then we see Luz and everyone coming back after. So we could see what happened while they were gone.
I was gonna say, I wonder also if it'll do like the first episode, like the first special is on Earth, and then the second special is what's taking place on the Boiling Isles at the same time. That like Luz and all of them.
Yeah, so it could be the whole thing, the whole second special.
And then the third is whenever the worlds collide. So.
That's what I was thinking, but I'm like not sure anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm biased, obviously, but I'm much more interested in losing everyone on Earth than I would be them playing the Owl House dealing with the Collector. I think there's less there. The biggest thing to me that's there is like recovering from Day of Unity. Like I think that's the most emotionally interesting aspect.
Well,
of
how do you fit in the recovery of an entire society into a game?
Yeah, and they have to recover while dealing with the Collector. I think that is pretty interesting. We maybe see the points of view of Ida, Rain, and everyone.
Part of playing that Owl House is building houses.
Oh yeah. And dismantling the police station.
I think they're gonna have. I just can't imagine that it's like, oh, we're playing a game, and like I think there's gonna be something we haven't thought of. Like they'll just take it in a different direction. Child. I know, yeah. There's the presentation, but like in theory, they could, if it's 4 months later, they could be doing anything. So we don't.
I mean, that's the thing.
Like maybe he got bored with Owl House immediately, and now that they've convinced him to do something that's productive to them, or maybe it's bad
Owl
now.
House too.
Yeah.
It just released.
I just think this is hard to predict without having anything right now about what's going on in the Boiling Owls, because it's really a blank slate. And I think the writers, if you look at it from a writing point of view, you can just do whatever you want based on how season. I assume they had something in mind because I think they kind of reshaped the ending once they got the shortened season 3. So I think they knew exactly what they're doing. But you can really go wherever you want based on how season 2 ended.
And they may have purposely gave us like a vague idea as to what's happening on the Boiling Isles when everyone gets sent to Earth, because who knows, like the writers don't know like what they're going to be able to fit and not fit. And so by leaving it so vague, it's just like you said, they could do anything. And I think that they'll probably do whatever is going to fit best into the story so that it can conclude, appropriately.
As always, I think the way to predict it is thinking from the point of view of like, this is the constraint, you have 3 specials, here's how you would write them to be most satisfying, etc. Versus like, this is logically what the Collector would most like. That's just a new character, you can kind of go wherever you want.
I mean, we could literally not see the Boiling Isles at all until like Luz and everyone gets back there, and they're like, what have you been doing for 4 months? And they're like, we've been playing the Owl House and we're so tired.
Right, we might not flash back at all. I think that's possible. I don't know. I think this is interesting. I'm interested to see how the Collector plays in, especially if Belos returns to the Boiling Isles. Does this become a Clash of the Titans, like Revenge Battle Part 2, like, and they have to try to deal with both of these threats again?
I feel like Belos is not going to be motivated at all to get back to the Boiling Isles. Like, unless, like, the Boiling Isles is the key to him getting his body or something. But I just feel like he's not going to be extremely
because he wanted to go back to Earth. Yeah, it's a good point. Because
Yeah.
I do think we have to see Belos back on the Boiling Isles unless the special really just wraps up the Belos story, which it could be. You're going to have to bring him back after if we're going back to the Boiling Isles. So you need to give him some sort of motivation. Yeah, maybe he needs to get his body back there. Maybe
What body?
he wants revenge on the Collector, his actual body.
Well, but I think what's going to be more important is the fact that King is a Titan, and so like
and that's another thing. Man, there's so much to do here.
Yeah,
there's too much and I'm like, for 3 specials. I swear to God.
Yeah, which is why like I think that the writers did a good job at giving them room to sort of cut things if they have to, like by making it vague as to what's happening on the Boiling Isles. Like, okay, we can cut that time that we would have spent on the Boiling Isles, seeing what's going on, to give way to more important things, i.e. Belos or whatever other, like, what other plot point that they want to give more attention to. So, or that I guess could deserve more attention. Like I said, it would not surprise me if they get to the Boiling Isles and they're like, what have you guys been doing for the last 6 months, 4 months, whatever amount of time? Oh, we've just been playing Outhouse and we're so tired of it.
Aly, any specific King, Titan, or Collector Boiling Isles theories?
I just really want to know what the Owl House is. Like, what's the game? What are the rules? And can it be changed? I like the theory that he like gets bored of it after a day. But like then I'm wondering like if he's going to keep everyone prisoner because they're not doing what he wants, and he just really like screws with everything because he's a crazy little boy, person.
And the whole point of the game is like the invention of the game was to just keep him from killing everyone.
It'd be funny if King still had this huge influence over the Collector when they came back, and King was like the king of the Boiling Isles.
Right? Because he's obsessed with Titans, or at least that's what our like perspective is. Because his like King's dad hid him away from this Collector,
right? So they have that connection. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's very worrisome. Just, I don't know.
Ooh,
I'm wondering now. I'm like,
can make King a full-size Titan.
Depending on how long they're going to stay on Earth, like, will King be bigger?
Yeah, will King be bigger? It's a big question. Yeah.
Well, that's why I asked if
is it going to end with him being the new Boiling Isles?
Oh God,
there's no way.
Not.
It's except he's alive and he's like, "Hey, stop stomping on me!" Yeah.
Okay,
get off my belly.
Get off.
It tickles.
Will someone please go tell the village in my armpit to stop?
But yeah, we don't even know what the continent, the realm looks like. So it's very tough to say what's going on. They also,
like, they had that whole thing with where it was revealed that King is a Titan, where they had that, like, other island, like, past the Boiling Isles. There's a lot to explore.
Yep. There could be other, like, realms or dimensions that we could check in on. Maybe everyone...
I don't see how it would relate, but I'd like it to.
Everyone has escaped
unless they escaped there, because their continent, their terrain is gone, so maybe they needed somewhere else to go.
Yeah.
But we're assuming that...
King is keeping the Collector distracted and everyone is...
It could be that they escaped. I think people assume that the Collector reforms the Titan into a house, but that's an assumption, right? Like, we don't really know that it's literally a house or something. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say. I think these are all really good ideas, and I think we could have time to speculate again if we don't see the Boiling Isles in this first special. We'll have a few months before that as well. Okay, unless there's anything else. Last things to check in on if there's any more Lumity predictions, and then if we want to get our predictions in for the epilogue at the end of the entire show.
Are we gonna get how many kisses from Lumity in the first special?
Do you think there will be a kiss?
Yes. At least one.
Okay. Yeah,
I think we'll get a lot of like kisses on the cheek.
Yeah.
But like lip kiss.
Yeah, I think one is a good call. Will they go on a date, right?
Yes.
Where will they go? They
have to have a montage of like just a bunch of different things in like 30 seconds. So they're going to get boba, they're going to go to a roller rink, they're going to go to a cat cafe.
They're going to go to the zoo.
They're going to go to the zoo. It'll be a double date, and Gus will also be there.
So you think a montage just of Lumity, or a montage of how everyone's spending their time on Earth, including
I think everything, including Lumity, because they just don't have time.
That'd be great. But here's my thing. So first of all, Lumity, they've already done almost everything they needed to do in terms of this is already an incredibly successful romance arc in the show. It's not like you need to do anything else. That being said, I feel like where we are with Lumity is like they are basically at this point for me tied for the best animation romance ever. Like
what are they tied with?
I mean, there's other great couples. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying,
the
point is, like, they're in a position with the specials to really put Lumity over the top to make them the best of all, the GOAT ship. Like, I think they
are the GOAT.
So I think you could argue they're already, but like they really could separate them. So like that's why I'm like I would love like if they spent the time to have a 5-minute date scene in this episode, right? Like we don't need it, but it would really like.
I think we would need it because they should talk about their feelings about like what. Not like their romantic feelings, but like just like the future.
They could talk about how they're processing the situation. We want them to talk about the future in terms of how will they live on Earth? Will they live on the Boiling Isles? That's a key thing we need to see. I would love to see them talking to Camilla, even if it's not about like them like each liking girls, just the fact that they're dating and Camilla like understanding that.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, reactions of everyone else. Doesn't
everybody know?
Yeah.
Do they all know
Except
they kissed?
Hunter.
I guess they all.
Except Hunter because of that deleted scene.
Oh no, Hunter.
Belos reacts to Lumity. No.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Belos has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, no. So I guess this is why I'd more like instead of it just being a montage, like an actual like scene of them.
I think we should have both, like a montage and a scene where they're like on a date, where they like on the date have a conversation, because we do need a conversation about their
like
future.
a one-on-one, or like where they spend so much time with everyone that
like,
it becomes like a big deal. Yeah, like hey, me and Amity are gonna go on a date. Like leave us alone.
I'm turning my
Where
phone.
are you guys going? To the movies? No.
We should see a movie.
Does Luz?
They go to a convention.
Yeah. Does Luz go back to her old school and everyone reacts to her having a girlfriend?
Oh.
I feel like they'd just be like.
I feel like it's going to be too much trouble for Camilla to get 5 random children.
We're going to start and they're
into
going to be all in
school.
school. No, I think we're assuming they're not going to be in school.
Very special is Camilla trying to explain to the staff.
People assume V is in school, but we haven't seen that either. Yeah.
I think she's homeschooled.
But what about the V cheerleadership? Will we see that?
Oh my god.
That we saw for 2 seconds. Okay. So yeah, I mean, the thing about them talking about their futures, they don't know even how they're getting back to the Boiling Isles at this point. So they could talk about their future in terms of what if we're stuck here, and then they'll maybe need to have a conversation once they have the option of going either place.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think it may also be a conversation of we should figure out what's going to happen
and
in these
out, like,
2 different scenarios. Yeah, like what happens to us if we're able to get back to the Boiling Isles and get everything taken care of, or what happens to us if like we never get back to the Boiling Isles, because that could also be a conversation. I mean, I hope not, but it could also be on the table. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like will Luz decide to go to school, go back to school?
Right. I wonder if they're going to get into that much detail. Like,
drop out.
It could be. I mean, because if they're stuck for 4 months, they're gonna like maybe be really dejected, considering like, what if we are here forever? Like, what's our reality now? So that
like, what does that look like for us?
Yeah,
like
that could be interesting.
Especially considering, like, I mean, we don't know if, like, I say the rest of the kids, and I mean that, like, everyone besides Luz is gonna go to school, make an effort to go to school, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I assume we won't be, but yeah, it's true. I mean, if we're there for a long time, maybe we start talking about things like that.
Like, at some point does Luz have to go back to school, but the others don't? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just sit at home and wait for her, or
well, they gotta get jobs.
Yeah,
I don't know that they're old enough for jobs.
Hunter working at McDonald's. Yeah, people want it.
Yes.
People want to see it.
No, he's gonna work at someplace silly like hot dog on a stick or something.
It's because he has to wear a mascot uniform.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
And he's gotta hide
make him work at the McDonald's, and he'll be the hot dog burglar.
Yeah.
Or the hot dog rescuer. What's the opposite of a burglar? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. How about Allie? What are you thinking at this minute about where we're ending with at this hour? Where is your head
I'm thinking about the Hamburglar.
In terms of the Lumity, where are we going to end Lumity? Will there be an epilogue in this show? How far in the future will it be? And what will we see with Luz and Amity?
I haven't thought about how far in the future it'll be, but right now I'm just like I'm trying to not limit my brain to the possibilities of two situations. Would be either cleaved or the hardest thing. So to the star and
I think there'll be their own thing here.
I really want it to be something sort of in between or different, like where everyone like maybe there's like a way for everyone who wants to travel interdimensionally.
Right. So the in between is they have a portal that they can go back and forth. Yeah.
Or like they'll just like it will just be possible to go like through nature or something, like there'll be a portal in the tree, whatever. Everyone has like passports for the Boiling Isles. Maybe Luz pulls a good version of the Day of Unity where she like brings both realms together and tells them about each other and does a let's live in harmony and becomes like a diplomat. I don't know. But for Lumity specifically, I still want to know if Azura is their daughter or like how Azura ties in, because I really am enjoying that fan theory that like, or the crack theory that like she's their child or like
not just named Azura, but it's like a time travel thing where their daughter.
Yeah, and like I don't know, they wrote the books or it's real. For how far, if there's an epilogue, I feel like they could have the opportunity to show it like in a sort of OKKO way, if anyone's familiar with that show, where they like go through like a few decades or something. So like we could see them at the end, they're 16, and then we see them like in college, we see them graduate and get jobs, and they end with a, what is that trope? Coffee shop, flower shop? No, flower shop, tattoo artist, something like that. I don't know. I'm wondering if like it's gonna end in like the we can't see each other again thing, if they'll find a way to stay together long distance. That doesn't.
I was gonna say that's like my crack, or I say my crack
not
theory.
seem possible. They have to stay together, right? There's no way it's gonna end with them not being together in the end, right?
April, what was your theory?
Okay, my theory, and it's terrible theory, and I mean it's very terrible, but I feel like it's gonna end in like I'm gonna say in a Monsters Inc. kind of way, where like they have to like say goodbye to each other. They're forced to. They don't like. They're forced to separate. But then and then we get like an epilogue. It's like a year or 2 years later, and then somehow they like find each other.
That'd be great.
Like you know how like whenever Sully opens the door and she's like Kitty, and you're like, oh my god, like that.
So Amity opens the door and you hear Luz go mittens, or no, sweet potato.
Sweet potato. Yeah.
Sweet potato. Yes, like that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, these are good. I think that they cannot end it with them not being able to see each other again ever. So
well, yeah, that's why at the end of it,
right. So I'm responding to before. So they could they could end, like you said, they could not see each other. Then you get the emotional reaction there, and then they eventually do. Yeah, I mean, my assumption is that they'll just have a portal or something, and then they'll live.
I hope
probably
so.
Primarily on Earth and go back sometimes.
Because then what happens with Ida and everybody else if they can't see each other too? Like, I know Lumity's the most important thing, but like...
Well, I mean, Luz's relationship with Ida and King is also...
Or they leave it so vague that we're not really sure what happens, and you can only... Like, you kind of get the impression that, like, oh, the worlds are separate, like, they can't go back, and then we have, like, a year later, and, like, Luz is, like, sneaking into her closet... And she opens the portal door, and then like
her wardrobe,
like
if
Ida's
you will.
there, and she's like, "You're late. We decided."
And at some point they make their way back. I'm also thinking, for some reason, I'm feeling the big time skip in the finale, in the epilogue. I'm feeling, if not a wedding,
is the epilogue confirmed?
Wedding? Oh yeah, we have to get the Rado wedding in the end. It has to end on their wedding.
So we talked about they could be at a Rado wedding or another couple's wedding, and they could attend, or we could fast forward long enough to have a Lumity wedding.
No, we need a Rado wedding before anything.
You have multiple weddings. Huntlow wedding. We see like two people are getting married. Who's it going to be? Oh my God, it's Lumity. No, it's actually Huntlow. That's the epilogue.
Or it's like it's Gus and some human.
It's Gus. But then we see
it's Gus and a giraffe. No.
Yes.
The giraffe is the ordainer. Whatever it's called.
No. The wedding is actually for Hootie and the Duolingo owl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the actual ending.
That's the real one.
I'm feeling maybe a Kipo type epilogue. Maybe they're like 18 or something.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Like a couple years.
Yeah. We talked about this before though, but the fact that they're short, they got shortened, and there's no restraints on the Lumity. Dana could go full like a big Lumity wedding, right? Like that's why they might do that. It's like you could do the full.
They can do whatever
in your
they
face
want.
type romance, queer romance ending. So I mean, I think it'll be there in some major fashion. But we've a lot, and we don't even know. Will people die in the specials? Will people not be around? Like,
oh,
I'm
see, that's
expecting
also a.
one
I mean,
death.
that's also a possibility that we lose people. Like,
That we lose people.
lose people.
ha! But like, I feel like if we, like, if anyone dies, it sounds so bad to say. It would probably be like Rain or like Ida or I know, and I hated saying
Belos?
it.
Why can't he die? Let him rest.
Belos is already dead. It's fine.
Yeah,
He's
Belos is
not.
already
He's
dead.
very much alive.
Post
We
death.
don't know. We don't know how alive that piece of goop is.
I think it's pretty alive. It has sentience, and it willingly came to the human realm with Hunter.
Willingly.
Yeah, I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know who would die. I feel like Ida and
That-
Rain will die. King would be. You could see it because the Titan,
Yeah.
but that would be too depressing. Who
They
else?
can do whatever they want, Dylan.
They can.
Why choose to end it on a high
King
note
is
when
just
you
going to
can
get
just
brutally have a
destroy
brutal death.
everybody?
Yeah, and it's going to be ever the most depressing thing. Sure.
Yes, let's destroy everyone.
Okay. So yeah, these are the.
Just like how Disney destroyed this season.
That's exactly. So many possibilities on that blog. We'll check in again after we'll have time after the specials, but that's where we're after like the first two. That's where we're at right now. Allie, any other predictions you're thinking of right now?
I predict that I'm going to cry when the show ends. I don't know. In all seriousness, I'm just really excited to see what they're going to do with all the creativity they have for the season because I want them to be as unhinged as possible. But other than what we've talked about, I'm like, I don't. My expectations are high, but I don't know what to expect. Also,
Yeah, I agree, especially after this first special.
Yeah,
and even
I agree with you that I think I'm going to be the most excited for this one because I've been hyped to see everybody in the human realm.
Yeah, you say that now, but then the promo will come out for the second special, and you'll be like, "That's the
one.
That's the one."
Yeah,
You assume there's going to be a promo.
Yeah, well, they do posters for all of them. I mean, this is probably just the season poster, so it'd be very cool if we were like blind. They go into the portal at the end of this first special, and then we know nothing until the second special airs. That'd be pretty cool.
I love that.
I know.
Yeah.
Give us nothing.
Yes, again, give us nothing. Is that could be the title if we're doing
Give us
Give
nothing.
us nothing.
if we're doing titles like that? Yeah, we'll see. Disney give us nothing or to give it. Okay, April. Any other predictions?
No. I could sit here and predict things all day.
That's the point of this podcast. That's what we are doing today.
Do you want that? Because
What do you think we have been doing for the past 90 minutes? We've been sitting here predicting things all day.
Yeah, I know, and I can continue on.
Okay,
I
let's hear
have
it.
a prediction. Are Alador and Darius gonna get married because he got a divorce from Odalia? That's my
Oh.
most
I don't think we've
unhinged
seen.
prediction.
I think will we see?
Anybody other than
Alador.
Ida, Lilith, and
Right. I
King.
think those two will
and
see.
Rain.
I mean, that's like total
I feel
fan
like-
theory that they would be together. But
Is Camilla gonna just adopt Hunter? Period. Because I'd like that.
Aw,
Like legal
Hunter
adoption.
should stay on Earth because he. Yeah,
I think so.
like
I think so
And he
too.
should actually be Luz's brother, like for real.
that'd be
Yeah.
nice.
That would be very sweet.
Yeah. Okay. And I think I have no further predictions as well. So I think we.
No, I'm ending it here.
Okay, April's decided to end it here. So that's what
It's over.
It's over.
It's
Suck it up.
over.
It's over, isn't it? So
Literally everything gets solved in this first episode.
Is there
and
gonna
then...
be a musical bit?
Yeah.
That's a prediction.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The answer is no.
Because May
And-
and Sarah Nicole can sing.
I know. No.
Hold
No.
on.
I have the answer to this. Dana said she doesn't like musicals, so no.
No!
But she
Okay.
also doesn't like happy endings, Dylan. So this is gonna be a happy ending.
It's true
Yeah.
though. Like we could go against type for something.
Everyone does keep saying that like this really could end very like maybe not sad, but in a very bittersweet way.
I'm telling you, someone's gonna die.
That's fine, but that doesn't mean it has to end sad.
I'm thinking happy ending. I don't know. I feel like I saw a bittersweet ending
too.
recently from another show, and I feel like it's
That's the thing. I don't want another one as good as it was.
I think this feels different, but we'll see as how the specials start.
It feels
to play
different.
out.
That doesn't mean it's gonna be different. But I did decide that I want, just for the giggles, I want in the montage of their time on Earth that they go to the beach. But it's like,
but it's too cold.
Beach episode.
No. Beach episode.
Luz is like beach episode, and then they get there and they're like, no, this is too cold. We're getting
okay.
back.
Yeah, that's
That'd be
the
funny.
only way it would be acceptable.
It's too cold, guys.
Okay, beach
or
episode
everyone
joke.
else wants the beach episode.
And Halloween costumes. Okay, that would be, we need it.
Yes.
And Thanksgiving.
Apparently Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because she needs to teach them about how the white people came and ruined everything.
And her and Goop Belos get into a huge fight about it.
I mean, Luz could do the literal colonization parallel between Belos on Boiling Owls and
that's what I'm saying.
and art history, right? So they could do
Yes.
that. Okay, so we have a lot to look forward to. I'm sure we'll see none of that in the special.
None.
We literally get none of.
I'd be surprised. I would say we're more.
Give us nothing.
Give us nothing.
Give us nothing.
We're more like.
Actually, so this entire first special is actually in the springtime. They literally just.
And they're going back to school. They're just it's a slice of life school.
It's a school
anime now.
episode.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is all the poster has nothing to do with anything.
Luz gets into a fight with somebody.
Yeah, she goes to detention.
Yeah.
Look, I'd love if it's just turned into a
And
school
then
show for the last 3 episodes.
Amity and all the others bring her out of detention.
Let's do it.
And they go to the beach.
The end.
Okay.
No one goes back to the boiling isles.
No one goes back to the boiling isles.
The end. Okay, that's it. We've solved it. Let us know your thoughts on on all of our predictions. You can comment anywhere listening, and we'll be back for when this special airs. Probably that weekend. We'll see. Talking everything about Thanks to Them. We'll see what it's titled.
Thanksgiving.
Okay. Well, apparently we're very
you.
sure it's
Next.
Thanksgiving. Yes. Thank you next. Will we get Thank You Next playing? Okay.
No!
No.
Ariana Grande exists in the Owl House universe.
Why not? It's our universe.
They go to an Ariana concert. It's canon.
They should go to a concert or something.
What concert would they go to if they went?
Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Or MCR. The spectrum is
Oh.
wide.
I
They
like
can't.
that.
They're too young for MCR.
Luz, I don't even know who Luz would be into from current
K-pop,
bands.
probably.
Yeah,
Or they go to a
K-pop,
Blackpink concert.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
we go. Solved it.
Yeah, we get BTS on Owl House. That's the
Yes. Just kidding. They're going to a Jonas Brothers concert. Yeah.
We'll see. Okay. Let us know what concert they're going to and everything else. And I think we already said it. Thank you to all of our support us via Patreon at patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thanks to our current patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Ivan. And thanks always to our patron executive producers, Steve, Michael, and Phoenician. So yep, as always, stay tuned for, if you're subscribed, we don't know, we're not on a set schedule, but if you're subscribed, you'll get all of our podcasts when they come out. Search whatever podcast app you listen in. We will be back at the very least for when Thanks to Them airs in October. So we'll see all of you then. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.